Hey everybody, Logan here. And yes, sorry about a video on Tuesday and not on Monday. My wife and I decided to take the weekend off, long weekend, and just spend some time together and just hang out with some friends and stuff like that. So, first video of the week here on a Tuesday. So, yeah, what an interesting way to start the week. Rumored PS5 Slim with detachable disk drive is not more powerful. Report. The fact that there's a report on something that hasn't even been reported officially is kind of fun. So this comes from GameSpot. GameSpot, in my experience, we'll put it, in the last number of years has been spotty. Okay, I'm sorry. But I was doing a little of my morning research, and I decided to focus on this article, and I read it. I was like, well, I read part of it, and I read part of another one. I read part of another one. I like the way this one presented it. So, like I said, this comes from GameSpot. This was, as of recording, it says 7:06 a.m. PST, which is what, like 2 hours ago? I think, because it's 12 here. So yeah, whatever. News recent. Don't expect the rumored PlayStation 5 with a detachable disk drive to sport more power than the Sony systems out there today. Instead, think of this possible console as a redesign compared to the Pro model. Okay, so what this makes me think is I've got my PlayStation 5 over here. You guys can't see it right now, but it's pretty big. And I've got the disc one, the one with the disc. So if they're going to make it smaller, they're going to make you can have it digital or put a disc drive on the side, which just makes it a little more cumbersome in your entertainment unit or however you have your console set up, unless it's like an attachment that clips on or something like that with a new faceplate, new everything. I don't know how they're going to do that, but it's an interesting concept. It will keep production costs down. And these days, everything needs to be cheaper. It's just inflation and being in the midst of a recession and everything like that. And it's tough. It's tough. So let's continue reading. That's according to Insider Gaming owner Tom Henson. He provided a couple of new details about a possible PS5 Slim on the Twitters. Most notably saying, doesn't seem like there are any major hardware changes from the original console. That's actually good. Because all these people who spent time and effort just trying to get them, and then we're like, hey, we're going to give you a more powerful one now that you're just being able to get it, is kind of shisty. But then again, how many games are actually taking full advantage of the current hardware? Yeah. He added that the disk drive might not work with current digital editions. Yeah, like I said, it was probably going to be an attachment, like a side attachment, or have some kind of new port in the back to keep the speed up from. Because what do you have on the back? Just HDMI, USB 3.0, and Type-C in the front? Disk drive not fast enough. You need another proprietary port of some sort that they would build for the disk read to be much quicker. A small update here. Doesn't seem like they're, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I just read that. This new PS5 with a detachable disk drive was first reported in September. I heard about it, but didn't think much of it, personally. And I was like, because we've got a lot of rumors. And then today I saw a lot more information. We'll just say information on it. I went, okay, let's cover this. The system will supposedly arrive in September of 2023. So we're about 8-9 months away, depending on how you want to do your math, but 8 full months away. And has been in production since November 2020. That doesn't make sense. So the day the PS5 released, they already had the new model in production. The disk drive will connect to the console through a USB-C port on the back of the system. I don't think so. Sony will reportedly sell the Slim system on its own or bundled with a detachable drive, which itself will be offered separately. The only way that would work is if nothing on the disc is useful. You would have to completely install it. It would take twice as long because it's still a USB cable. Type C, yeah, it is faster, but I just don't see that. I just don't see it. Sony previously altered the initials of the PS5. The latest model shaved off some weight to the system and the motherboard that's 2 inches smaller. That we've seen. On top of that, the company also raised the price of PS5 in many regions outside the United States last year. Looking into the near future, Sony will reportedly release a big 7.0 update for the PS5 that includes full Discord support and the ability to stream PS5 games via the cloud. So basically turning into the current Series X, which is fanboy stop. It's not a bad thing. Each console manufacturer learns from the other and they go, hey, you're doing this? Okay, I could do this. Hey, you're doing this? Okay, I could do this. So it just helps with the ecosystem. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's about it. With that being said, I think there's a lot of issues here with that. If I were to, again, I just have the issue with the disk drive being Type C. It means it's going to take your games a bit longer to install, and you're going to have to install everything. The disk will be completely useless, but we've kind of to that realization, and we've accepted that the disk is useless, especially with games like the latest, I should say, Call of Duty. Considering there's nothing on the disk but just like a few megabytes. I think it's 700 something megabytes or some ridiculous number. There's not much on there. Everything else is downloadable, and that's pretty much how it's going to be. Certain games, like, to be honest, installing any of my games, nothing runs off the disk. After you install it, you don't hear anything. The disk drive just goes quiet. So that's probably going to be the same thing with the current one, well, with the upcoming one. So if the only thing I can think of is if this new console, this new variant of the PlayStation 5 has been in the works since November of 2020, they've literally just said, all right, here's the same unit. How over the next couple of years are we going to get this slimmed down and to cost less? It's all going to be the same power, same hardware. Just how are we going to make it more affordable? So I think that's what they meant when it's been in production. I don't think they've been manufacturing it. I think they've been producing parts for it, if that makes more sense. Because if they were able to make it back then, why wouldn't have they done it so much sooner and saved a lot of money and been able to push more PS5s out there? A lot of questions there. So with a new PlayStation 5 Slim or digital attach or whatever they're going to call it, PS5 SX something, who cares? Whatever they're going to call it. Are you guys interested? I am. I want to see it. Do I need it? No. Will I probably buy it? It's up in the air. It's got to be quite the difference, and if it's significantly smaller, then I will replace my current PlayStation 5 that I have in here, which is a chunky beast, sitting next to my Xbox Series S, which magically started working. Magically. You guys saw the video. Everything just went from dead to working. Haven't had any problems since. So keep fingers crossed. Keep praying. There we go. Thank you, God, for not making me have to spend another $300 on another console. But hey, yeah, there's some PlayStation 5 Slim news at the beginning of 2023. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. We're trying to make sure we break, honestly, we're close to 5,000 as it is. I would like to hit 25,000 by the end of the year. And if you guys can do it even further, we can hit 100,000 by the end of the year. That's a big wish, but hey, share the videos. That really helps. Like, comment, subscribe while you're while you're at it. That's what helps the most. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.